What's going on? This is GD Beat Studio back with a new video, and today I'm going to be using a default FL Studio 20 pack to make some kind of beat. I don't know what yet. I haven't planned this video, but I think sometimes the organic nature of that is the best. In packs, the default packs folder, I'm looking at Legacy. Let's do drums. Let's do some kind of hip-hop beat. Here we have a bunch of kicks, hats, and snares. Alright, let's use kick 4. Hat 3. Hip snap. Alright, so that's the first step. We have 3 samples. Let's go into FPC folder. Grab that one, which is FPC GSAB 002. Okay. One of these snares, snare 2, whatever that says. Let's get some toms as well. Nah, let's forget the toms. You have a ton of samples that come with FL Studio, and I get a lot of comments asking for my samples that I use on some of my beat reconstruction videos. I'd rather you guys find samples that you like yourself rather than me just giving out samples that I've collected. Sounds like it's lazy on my part. There's a reason for that. Sometimes you'll find a better sample than I do. And it's also good to build your library. Let's use that rim clap. We got a bunch of sounds already. And let's build a beat. We're in 124. Let's change that to 100. We're gonna make like some kind of pop hip hop beat. All right. I always have mine set to 16, I believe. Alright, we already got all these linked to mixer tracks. Let's make sure they're all unique. One is my kick, and I like to name these. I'll go back to compact. I like to name these as we go. This is how to be really organized. Keep track of yourself as you go through these different sounds. Got a snare, clap. Always try to color them something different. Put that hi-hat in there. I'm not a big fan of this snap, so let's change it a little bit. How do you do that? You get in here. Not the hat. I'm talking about this. Edit in audio editor. And then if we listen to that, I don't really like how it has so much extra feedback. See if we have a weird snap or a weird something going on. That's not what I wanted. For some weird reason, it is snapping quite a bit and not letting me select what I want. Gosh. Nope. Sorry, guys. No, it's still got a weird snap. If anyone knows how to get rid of this. Weird. There we go. That's more like it. I don't know what I did to fix that, but this is the fade button. I want the sample to sound different. I like what I did with it. Alright, sorry that took so long. It's a shorter sample, but I want to put some reverb on it. What I will do is I'll take an insert randomly and dock it to the right. I'll use it as a send to this. We'll put a reverb on this guy. There we go. Sounds a lot cooler now. It's also more custom from the default stuff. Always make your kicks mono. That purple. If you don't have that, go into that view extra volume stereo properties. Okay. We got to start. I want to add some other stuff. I like that. Let's make sure that open hat is, or the closing hat is also routed, named, and has reverb on it. This is our regular hi-hat. Back to the channel rack. We're going to use this snare very sparingly here. Rim shot on that number 6. That's the snare on number 5. So we got 6 drum instruments. This rim shot, I would love to have reverb as well and some delay. Not convolver, that's not what I wanted. Let's make sure our volume sliders are down a little bit. I'd rather have my volume sliders turned so that I have room to increase and room to decrease. Make sure you don't have a default limiter on here also, that can mess you up. Alright, we gotta start. Now let's add some instruments. That was our original. Let's get rid of that. Let's add some instruments. Let's use some, let's see here. Going off the spur here, guitar. What do we got? Oh my god, I apologize if that was too loud. Let's use some orchestral strings. I like these low strings. I used to use these all the time. So we got to make sure that we are linked to a mixer track. We got to add some stereo effect. Let's add some reverb. Before we even do anything, I want it to sound better. Let's make a chord. So that's the original notes. Looks like it's C2 or C1 of some kind. Alright, let's make that short. It's way too loud. And I want some delay too. Delay helps sometimes. I'll lower the volume and change it to ping pong, and I think it adds a lot of depth to the song, or the pattern in this case. Alright, what do we got? I'm going to add a plugin. I know I was going to do this with just samples, but we're just using default stuff, and Citrus is default. Let's double this to a saw, which is the Citrus's default. I've got to raise the octave on Citrus. Alright, so we got an 808. I'm trying to find some kind of default 808. That's not what I'm looking for. Shakers. That's not what I'm looking for. Alright, let's just stick with some basic FL Studio stuff. Let's add one of the oldest ones that I know of, 3XOSC. Look in the presets. They don't have any presets there. Well, make sure everything's a sine wave. That's good. And we're going to just treat this as the sub bass. We're going to keep this volume low. Make sure we link all these. In Mac, it's Command L. On Windows, it's Control L when you have the sound selected to automatically link it to your mixer track. Okay, so 3XOSC is kind of our sub bass. I like 808 samples, but I don't know if there's any default 808 samples within FL Studio default. At least there's none that I know of. So we're going to move that to mono as well. On the kick, we are going to leave it as so for now. We're going to change the rhythm for this 808 because it's too much in your face, gives me a headache. We're using FL Studio default stuff, so I won't use Camel Crusher, which is my preferred compressor. I'm going to use just Fruity multiband compressor on the kick. We're going to go into the presets. We're going to go into, well, let's figure out which one we want. Let's use general purpose for now. I know that sounds like a cop-out, but just made our kick punchier. Let's do the same thing on this guy. Fruity multiband compressor. General purpose. Let's also use distortion right before this. Fruity fast distortion. Default. Now we have to turn it down. Now I'm going to sidechain, so I'm going to route this over here. I'm going to take a limiter. I'm going to go to compression, kick, do some of this. Now the signal that the kick is being sent in is that purple stuff, which is cutting some of the sub bass so that the kick sounds cleaner. Let's also take the sub bass before any of this, so the higher up the effect, the earlier it affects it. Let's put in a parametric equalizer and make sure that this is not affecting much of the high. Let's raise this an octave and see how it sounds. There we go. It sounds more like a beat now. All right, let's mess around here. Let's compress that saw sound. Maximize sounds pretty nice. Let's check out our kick. Too much tail, in my opinion. See if it lets me. Yes, it's letting me do it now. Okay. Too much tail. Almost sounds like it clips. Let's just cut it a little bit. I like that. It's shorter of a sample. Might be crisper. How about we double? How about we get the snare involved more? Let's make our snares compressed as well on this fruity multiband compressor. Sounds fine to me. Alright, notice how I gave myself room to bring things louder. It's sounding better a lot because some of the things are crisper and louder right now. If we were to mix this later, we'd have to, adjust a lot of things down. Instead of just raising volume, you do often want to lower everything else. It has the same effect as raising one thing. Got a lot of delay going on with this citrus guy. Let's just make it 4. Alright, it hasn't been too long of a video, I hope, and we did make some decent sounding stuff. I'm not gonna say it's amazing, but we made some decent sounding stuff with all default FL Studio plugins and effects and samples. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can continue this beat in a future video if you guys want. Just let me know what kind of content you guys like seeing. I know the best performing videos of mine have been beat remake construction videos of other people's beats, but lately I've been trying to do more organic, personal beat creation stuff. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed and have a great day. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.